Hi, my name is Nathan Levy, and what I want to show you today is how to build a raised bed out of free pallets. The first thing you have to do is find the pallets that are free. They're all over the place. Just go into your small industrial areas. You'll see them sitting on the side of the road. They're all over. The key to it really is to try to find ones that are the same size. Once you have them the same size, then they line up nicely because it takes 3 pallets on the ground to make the length of this bed. You don't want to put them sideways because then it'll be too hard to reach into the bed from both sides. It's better to keep them more narrow. That way the bed will lose any water that if you have a monsoon, it won't drown. So once you've got your pallets, the first thing you do is you lay 3 of them on the ground, on level ground. Now all I do is I just use a square point shovel and a level and a nice straight edge like this heavy board that's long enough. You just put this on top of this and use that as a level extension, and that's how you make sure this is level. Any high spots you knock down with your square point shovel. And if you're going to do more than one bed, you just get a spacer and you just each time use the same spacer so you have uniform spaces. Now the whole idea is you want to keep the air underneath the pallet. That's why it's on a pallet. This way the roots will not come up from the trees. If they do come up into your raised bed, you'll know it because they're going to suck all the nutrients away from your plants and you'll have dead spots in your garden. So once you've got them laying down, then you want to cover up the holes. So once you fill them up with dirt, the dirt won't just fall down into the airspace. So these make sure that dirt doesn't fall down there. And before I finish the base, I'm going to put some plywood down on, cardboard, just flat cardboard on top of these boards. Always leave the edge open. I'll show you why later. But put cardboard down on it, and that helps the mycelium grow. The mycelium is going to have a symbiotic relationship with your plants and be able to get more minerals into your plant bodies, and your plant will be way healthier that way. So once this is done, now you want to build the sides of your beds and the ends. And I'll show you how to do that over here. These are the kind of pallets I use. They just happen to have 7 boards, so I know that if I take out the middle one, I can cut this in half and get 2 pieces the same size. So once I pop off the middle board, I throw it aside, use later. Then I knock off all the stuff that's on the back, except for the ones that are holding the slats together. So now it's going to end up looking like this. Once it looks like this, then I'll just take my saw and I'll cut right down the middle. Cut these in half. Once I cut them in half, I'll fill in these spaces with more wood. So get some more wood from your pallets that you've taken apart. Just put them like that, nail them together, so once you fill this up with sand, dirt rather, it won't just fall through. So once you have that done and this is cut, this becomes the pad that nail into your base, and I'll show you how to do that. If you come over here and look at the finished product, I'll show you how this is the pad. This is cut in half, so there's enough to, this goes right down on top of the base, which was right here, which is why you need to leave that little bit of space there, because it goes down, it fits perfectly, and you want to center these all together because they're the same length as what you put on the base. That's why you want to get things the same length. Once you nail those in, then you take another one, since they're not going to meet perfectly because these are pallets and they're not made square. There's going to be some area in here where this dirt could fall out. You just put one more piece there, nail it together, and then you tie both sides together with this, because if you don't, when you put your dirt in, your dirt's going to want to pouch it out. So this just keeps it together. Then all that's left to do is the end. Now on the end, you cut the pallet the other way. Okay, now this is the end of the pallet, not the side. And this time, instead of cutting lengthways, you cut it across the middle. And what you do is, you just cut it right across the middle board that's holding, and so this, see how they match up? That's what was down there on the other side. So you get both ends out of one pallet. Then you just rest the end that's still there, because there's 3 of these. Here's one, there's the other, and this is the middle. It fits right down on top of here, so it's perfect spacing. You know exactly how wide this is going to be because they're all the same width. Then you just nail it down, and you just drop some boards down in there sideways so that gravity will hold the boards in place once you fill it up with dirt. They're not nailed in, they're just there. You're finished. Now here's a raised bed that you can grow anything in. Carrots, it's plenty of room for whatever. Thing is, it's free, it's easy, and it keeps the roots out. Have fun.